We need to sleep now. Good morning everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Renee. If you're new, thanks for stopping by. This week I am claiming is going to be a very powerful week. I have done my morning routine by 8:08 a.m. this morning. I woke up at like 3 something to feed him and went straight to the gym, and I had already had in my head that I'm gonna start the week off super strong. I wanted to get my morning routine done by 8 a.m. and it was 8:08, so that I count that as a win. I worked out and finished before the sun even rose. I had all healthy habits. I've been planning, I've been like killing it already, and it's 9 a.m. right now. So I just went ahead and planned out my week. The big picture I want this week is patience. I saved this one specifically for a week where I can actually focus on it. I've had a very stressful weekend. Nova, leave him alone. I had an extremely stressful weekend when it came time for patience, and I was a little bit overwhelmed, and I was just thinking negatively, and I was taking it out on people, and it was just like a really not a good mindset for the weekend. And so I sat down yesterday after I cleaned the whole house and did my Sunday routine and watched church and everything, and I sat down to breastfeed. And you guys know, if you know how difficult it is to breastfeed, you'll understand the emotions involved of trying to breastfeed. And I sat down and I just said, you know what, I release it and I'm just gonna be patient with it. And we had a really good breastfeeding session, and I actually enjoyed it, and it didn't bring up the, you know, normal stressful like self-talk that it typically does. And I just realized, like, if you go into a situation with patience in mind and trying to enjoy the process and not put any expectations onto it, you really come out with a win. And so I want to bring that with me throughout the week. My projects for the week, I have 2 videos that I need to film, and I want to finish one of my books. I'm trying to finish a nonfiction and a fiction book every single month. My fiction book for this month is tomorrow and tomorrow and tomorrow. I'm almost done with this one. And then I have Atomic Habits, which I need to like hop on and finish by the end of the month. I don't think I'm gonna be able to finish this week because I'm halfway through, but I'm definitely gonna be able to finish tomorrow and tomorrow and tomorrow. So it'll keep me on track. And then hopefully by next week we can finish Atomic Habits and start our February books. My notes section here, I usually just write a quote, and I try to find a Bible verse that goes with my big picture. So this one is, "But as for you, be strong and do not give up, for your work will be rewarded." And that is 2 Chronicles 15:7. This is also in correlation with things that I am not patient with. If you are strong and you know, focus on progress rather than the end goal or expectations that you have for yourself, you can really accomplish so much without really even trying. I feel like when you try too hard, it kind of stops the process or halts it in a way. Just remember not to give up, be strong. Even if you fail, failure is not fatal. The more you put effort into it, the more your work will be rewarded. And then I have my upload schedule and things that I need to do for the week. I would like to work out Monday through Thursday again. The one thing for myself at the bottom here this week is a phone call a day, which I explained in my last week of my life, and that is making a phone call to a loved one every single day to keep up with relationships and stuff. And I think that my relationships are struggling, I'm not gonna lie, with everyone, family, friends, all the above, and that's just because I've been so preoccupied with my life. But I think it's so important to make sure you're reaching out and still connecting and, you know, putting effort into those relationships, because what you put into them, you're gonna get back. And everyone has been amazing to me since everything went down last year, and I need to remember to, you know, uphold those relationships, not just for them but for myself as well. 2 things that I need to get done, but I don't know when exactly I'm gonna be able to get them done. Today we have to upload my video. I have a Spotify situation, which I'll explain. I need to go grocery shopping. I have an uploaded video that I need to go through, film for a sponsor. That's the plan of action for the week, for today. I feel really, really good. I'm off to such a great start. I hope you guys are all having an amazing Monday as well. I'm going to Whole Foods.
Okay.
Yeah, how are you feeling? Got so many groceries. I am also starving. I thought I would do a fridge restock grocery haul. Before we dive into the grocery haul, I found Built Bars at my local grocery shop downstairs. We have a Greenwise and I found them and I was so happy to see them in the stores. But you can also get them online, which is how I usually get them. And I actually have a promo code. They're today's sponsor, Amber15. You can get 15% off. They are the best protein bars. They literally taste like you're eating a candy bar. Very little sugar in all of them. They are super high in protein, low calories, zero guilt. When I am starving like I am right now, but I want something somewhat healthy and I'm craving a little bit of sweet, I typically go for a Built Bar. These are my favorite flavors. So this one is the coconut almond, 18 grams of protein. It's only 180 calories, only 5 grams of sugar. This one is like my new favorite. The cookie dough one is, or the cookies and cream one is so yummy. They also have a cookie dough one that I actually really love, but that's a limited edition, I think. So when I have a box of those, they go in like a week or two. They're so good. There's like actual cookie dough bites in them. This one has 17 grams of protein, it's only 130 calories, and only 4 grams of sugar. They have a lot of like limited edition ones and like seasonal ones, so it's really fun to see, you know, all the different flavors that they have. I know that they had like an eggnog one for Christmas. They had peppermint, they have puffs, which are like marshmallow, like fluffier insides of the bar. This one's a little bit more hearty. This is what it looks like. So good. I feel like I'm eating a candy bar. So I will leave the link down below. I recommend to get the variety box. You can put like different flavors that you want to try in there and find out which one you like best. It's kind of like a chocolate box. Each one is a different flavor. It's really fun. They are so good. I've been on Built Bars for like years now. They're amazing. I'm gonna unpack this, organize it, and do a quick grocery haul with you guys. Huge fridge restock. I'll start over here. So this is just random stuff. We have little snacks. I got some seaweed, these grain-free tortilla chips, spring mix, some cheese. We got, I have no idea what kind of cheese it is. I just saw it. It looked really good. And then some mozzarella for some salads probably. I got some frozen stuff, frozen fruit for smoothies. These are amazing. We have these with like eggs and avocado sometimes for breakfast. They're very yummy. Some bread, this Spanish cocktail nut mix, some fruit. So we got, I think these are nectarines, coconut, some cherries looked really good. Needed a restock on some butter, half and half, some nut butter. This one is almond butter, eggs. These egg bites are really good. We got sausage and pepper jack, uncured ham and Swiss, and then my favorite, which is the feta and chive. They're so easy for like quick on-the-go meals. I got some pine nuts for salads, and then Vega One chocolate protein powder. I am back to my Vega One. I tried the Orgain. I really like it, but I can't, you can't beat the Vega One. And then I got a few snacks. So never tried these. I just saw them. It said local, I think. So I was like, okay, let's support it. Some Lily's chocolates. So I'm doing this thing where I'm not having sugar unless it's a Sunday. And that includes my coffee. And I've actually really enjoyed it. So Lily's is a good option if you are not wanting any sugar in your chocolates but you're still craving sweets. They taste like actual chocolate bars and there's no sugar in them. I think they sweeten them with stevia. So we got hazelnut and then the white chocolate cookies and cream, and then these protein cookies I tried out instead of a protein bar this time. So we have double dark chocolate and then the peanut chocolate chip. We're gonna do Monday through Thursday cooking again. Xander is. But Mondays we do meatless Monday, Tuesdays we do taco Tuesday, Wednesdays we do seafood, and then Thursdays we do grill night. So I organized our meals for the week. For meatless Monday we're gonna do rice and beans. We have beans already, but I got this rice, some red onion, and the Beyond plant-based ground beef. And then for Tuesday we're going to be doing burritos. So I got some burrito tortillas, romaine, salsa, we have some corn here, avocado somewhere over here, cilantro, some chicken, and then blue corn tortilla chips. And then for seafood night, we always do a salmon. Typically, I'm just like obsessed with the way Xander does salmon. So we eat a lot of salmon. So I bought this in bulk. This is just frozen, but we'll just take a fillet out every time that we are, you know, cooking some salmon. Potatoes and asparagus. And then for Thursday, we're gonna do burgers. Xander has this like famous French onion burger recipe that's so good. Fun fact, he actually cooked it for me as one of our first dates. Pasture-raised beef. He wanted baked beans with his burger, some burger buns, sweet potato fries, and then we're gonna do a side salad. The best ever salad is arugula, lemon, olive oil, and some sea salt, shaved Parmesan. It's so simple and it's such a good side meal. It's really delicious as well. I'm gonna put all of this stuff away. I'm gonna try to get some stuff done off of my to-do list with the computer work, like upload my clips, respond to comments on today's video. There's something else on there, it's in my planner, I forgot, but I'm gonna try to eat, you know, and then, oh, I forgot to show you guys what I'm gonna eat for lunch. Pick this up for Xander and I. Vegetable lo mein, and then general, I don't know how to pronounce that, chicken, Chinese food. So I'm so excited. And then we have my aunt coming later tonight with her new fiance, my Uncle David now. I can now say Uncle David. So they're coming probably around like 4 or 5 o'clock just to come visit Mr. Bryson, and we'll have an early night in, hopefully. We're trying to get to bed by 7 every time. In bed by 7. If we don't make it to sleep by 7, that's okay, as long as we're in bed by 7. Watch this. Look at that. Nice and clean, let it dry. No more fingerprints.
Wow.
This stuff is amazing. You can put it on your TV, laptop, computer screen. Xander's going for it next.
Yeah.
So the other day my Spotify got hacked and I lost all my playlist, all my followers, all my likes, all the above, you name it, it was lost. And they somehow managed to get everything back, but now all of my playlists, which I'm very fond of, are missing the cover arts. So I'm gonna go through all of my playlists, which I have a lot, and kind of just figure out a nice new thumbnail. So I went through and did all the cover art for my chill folder. This took way longer than I expected, but I actually really enjoyed it. I feel like the pictures are so nice, like, and updated, and they kind of all color coordinate, which I really like. So some of the words that I use to look up those kind of like vibey, really kind of cool cover art is Tumblr. Like back in the day, Tumblr had really like kind of moody pictures like this. And then aesthetic, and then I did some Pinterest ones, and I did ambiance. If you type in whatever you want, like let's say that you want an ocean, type in ocean, Tumblr, ambiance. Ocean, Tumblr, aesthetic, beach aesthetic. Like those words give you those really cool pictures. So yeah, that's gonna take longer than I expected. So I think I'm gonna do the rest of my folders another time, but I did all of the ones in the chill. I swear to God, that took like 2 hours, 3 hours, because I fed him last at 1 o'clock and I had to feed him again at 3. So it's now 4:15. It was very therapeutic to do that, but I gotta get some stuff done before my aunt comes. Are you ready to see great Auntie Steffi? Uncle David? He has been a screamer today. You finally calmed down, Papa? Good morning, everyone. Happy Tuesday. We had kind of a crazy night. The house is an absolute disaster. We like went to bed, which we never do, with the house messy. So I woke up with a messy house. But yesterday he fell asleep after being awake for so long during the day. So I'm like, we need to sleep now. He is starting to fall back asleep. We had a very fun surprise in his diaper this morning. It fell off completely. I was like, oh my God. I'm going to do a quick spruce up real quick and then get to my morning routine. Lord knows I need it. Bubba's sleepy. Are you sleepy, my Bubba? He's kind of just chilling here while I'm eating breakfast in bed and watching Firefly Lane. Hi. I am kind of a little bit annoyed. I'm a little overwhelmed, to be quite honest with you guys. There's some things that I don't show you, like constantly having to pump every 3 hours, constantly having to feed every 3 hours, him screaming for hours and hours and hours, and on top of that, trying to keep up with healthy habits throughout the day. And I notice, and I know I do this all the time, when you make a decision to take the easier route or not take the healthier habit, instant gratification over long-term satisfaction, it all kind of like rolls out and plays into one another. So when you make a bad habit or a bad decision to do a bad habit, it will lead to another bad habit, which will make it easier to lead to another bad habit, and blah, 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 and so on and so forth. And same goes for healthy habits. When you make your healthier habits, you feel better, you're able to do more things with more motivation and like a clearer mind. So for example, going to bed last night and not doing the quick cleanup led to me being kind of lazier this morning, which led me to wanting to eat sugar in bed this morning. The no sugar until Sunday did not last very long, but I'm giving myself grace. I did a quick cleanup this morning, which took a little bit longer than usual because I didn't do it last night. So not only did I have the mess from this morning, which having a baby, you have to clean at least 3 times a day to keep up with the apartment / house, wherever you live. Because I didn't clean up yesterday, I had the repercussions, and then because I ate an unhealthy breakfast and didn't go to the gym this morning, I had unhealthy, repercussions, and I'm just like kind of spiraling. I can feel how these like smaller habits and decisions can impact your mood in your day. On top of that, I'm dealing with a lot of insurance and financial issues over at the hospital, which is also just like driving me bananas. But I know that if I felt good and I like had a cleaner environment and a cleaner space, I would have been able to handle it, I think, in a better way, because I would have had a clearer mindset and I would have been a little bit more patient. Today, this morning, I did not uphold my intention of the week, and that is patience. I'm letting things get to me. I'm getting a little bit overwhelmed, but I'm gonna make a point from right now to take ownership in that, give myself grace, and change things around. It is 12:19. I still have not gone to the gym. I haven't done my Bible study. I'm gonna do my morning routine in the afternoon because I know that those things help me feel better. Going straight to the Bible and reading the Bible really just kind of grounds me, makes me feel really good. I'm gonna go to the gym here in a little bit once Sandra's done with work and kind of just focus inward and healthy habits, be patient. I have a few phone calls to make. We're just gonna be healthier, do the routine now. There's never like an optimal time. You can do the routine whenever you want. Just because you missed it in the morning doesn't mean your whole day has to be ruined, which is something that I used to do all the time. I'm like, oh, I started my day wrong, like I'll just start tomorrow. No, you can start whenever you want, and I feel like starting right now. So I'm gonna go get my Bible, read, do some studying, and then chill out. So I've been reading Exodus, which is super interesting, especially the Old Testament, because it's a little barbaric, to be quite honest. But you have to understand that the times during this, like the time era, these taboo things that are taboo now were not as taboo back then, and I think God spoke to them in their language. I don't know much about the Bible, but I'm just studying the Bible and trying to figure out what I get from it, not necessarily what anyone else gets from it. I've been doing this Bible study by Made of Sundays that I got for Christmas actually last year and didn't touch. So I really like it. It's like a really cool way to study the Bible, and it asks you to kind of like reflect. It kind of gives you explanations for things. It kind of helps you study the actual text itself. It's really cool. I will link it down below if I can find it. I was reading the Exodus crossing the Red Sea. So it's like Exodus 14. Some things that I underline and highlight. Like I said, I kind of just study and like dissect myself. So I underlined, they feared greatly. The people of Israel basically were trying to escape slavery in Egypt, and they listened to the Lord to go to the Red Sea, and they cried out to the Lord. They feared greatly. There's a lot of like fear in this. And then there's this quote, I would say, what do you call it, a verse. It says, "Fear not, stand firm and see the salvation of the Lord. The Lord will fight for you." And they listened to the Lord. The sea was divided to save them from the Egyptians that were coming after them. And I think that it's all about fear, listening to God and stuff like that, and seeing where God leads you. And I think that faith is very individualistic. I'm slowly learning how to talk to God myself, try to listen when he speaks and listen to my gut and cry out to him instead of myself or any sort of like worldly person for my problems, which was a really great reminder today because I feel like I needed that. Not necessarily that I fear, but I need to like listen and kind of, you know, trust the process, because when the Israelites were in a situation where they saw the Egyptians coming back to come get them, they feared a lot, they cried, they didn't understand where they were. They literally at one point were like, why did you take us here? I would have rather been in slavery than die in the wilderness like this. And that's just because they can't see like long term. They're only seeing their situation right now, but God always has a plan for you. I think everything in life works out the way that it's supposed to, whether you understand, you know, where you are in life right now or not. Everything happens for you, never against you. And it's really hard in the moment sometimes to remind yourself of that. But if you think about any sort of problem that you had in the past and how you've overcome it or how it's made you stronger or something that you can gain from it, you can see everything working for you, even the tough, hard things, which is something that we definitely learned last year with everything with Bryson. And we're seeing slowly but surely like really great things coming from the situation. Obviously we would never want that situation ever. We can find some really good things that have come from it, like our amazing nurses being strong. There's a girl that I just found out had a baby like a pound or something, and I'm able to help her be that person to, you know, help other people in need. So there's things that can come from this. Our strength, our family bonds, everything like that has definitely improved. We found God, and you know, there's just things that you fear in the moment, but you have to try your best to listen to God, cry out to God, and trust that He knows what He's doing. That's what I got from this. That's kind of like a little insert of how I study the Bible. And then I'm gonna do my devotional. So this devotional I actually found on Amazon. It's a devotional for women to find peace, lasting peace in a busy life.
Hello, Renee.
Hi, how are you?
I watch your vlogs all the time.
Do you like them?
I love them.
Yeah. Oh, Bryson just smiled at that. You're on speaker. Hi.
What do you walk into? Yeah, you're welcome.
Hello. Hello, my puppy. Xander, get back to cooking.
Excuse me?
Hey guys, happy Wednesday, happy challenge day. He's so cute. That was a big one. I just filmed a NICU Q&A. I have some computer work that I need to do. I want to do my finances at some point. I've been meaning to go do my errands, but I like keep having things to do. Are you smiling? What are you doing, Baba? Are you gonna smile, Baba King? Oh no. This one, the reason why his face is so red, he had his eye exam, which is like The worst thing in the world for mama. So preemies are prone to, I think it's called ROP. It's actually, fun fact, what Stevie Wonder has. He was a preemie because their eyes mature differently since they're preemies, and so they're prone to blindness. They do like routine checks to make sure everything's okay. I'd never seen them do it. Xander actually just saw them do it for the first time since we had to go outpatient. And he's so smiling. It's like when it's eye exam day, they're like, oh my god, it's the worst. They end up having their eyes all red. It's like really sad. And he's smiling. He's like, don't think about it, mama. It's just really scary. But I know that they're doing it for the greater good. And there was like a quote I saw for like NICU moms where it's like, there's a point where you have to take off your I feel sorry for my baby pants and put on your I'm doing what's best for my baby pants. Good news is that this was the last one that they are gonna do. So everything looks normal, which is awesome, but they just have to keep up with it while he's, you know, still technically a preemie, but because he's full term, I think his eyes have fully developed and they're in the clear. So it's just like a scary time, and it takes a toll on me because I don't like when my baby's uncomfortable. But they do like numbing drops and stuff. I think it's just more of like uncomfortability, but Xander was like, you do not want to see what they do. I was like, okay. This one's just having so much fun right now. His eyes are dilated, so you can't have too much light. So it was just a lot. Just a busy outpatient day.
Hi.
Hi. Are you in the bathroom? Oh, looks like you were going to the bathroom, like you're sitting on the toilet. Look who I have here. Mommy.
Don't go okay.
Everyone, happy Thursday. So didn't vlog much yesterday because he was being so adorable, and I just wanted to spend kind of just like one-on-one time with him, and I was like cuddling him all day, and it was just super cute. And we just kind of had like a mommy son day. This morning we went to try out a new coffee shop that honestly was not good at all. The grossest coffee I've ever had. I don't know if I just had like gotten something different. I got a vanilla latte with coconut milk, but it tasted like this odd like flavoring with like water. It didn't taste like coffee at all. So I went on their website though, and they had like really pretty espressos, like warm coffee. So I think next time if I try it, I'll try that. But we wanted to go for a nice walk, and technically it was our first outing with Bryson. We had gone for walks before, but we've never like been anywhere. The stroller has this thing that goes down, so he was kind of just in his own little cocoon, but it was cool to be able to sit down somewhere and have him like right there next to us, and he was really good. So that was fun. It was a really good start to the morning. We watched the challenge. Next week is the final. I personally think I want Bananas and Nani to win. That or Jordan and Anissa, because I would love to see Anissa win. I don't think she would win, but I really like Jordan this season. I hated him the last few seasons he was on, but this season he is just like leveled up to how I feel about CT. Believe it or not. He's just such a good game player and like team player. I think he's really good. His ego and pride has dropped a lot this season. So if you know anything about the challenge, comment down below. I will respond to your comments first and foremost. And then Tori and Devin, then obviously the Hirooki's pair I wouldn't want to win too much just because I don't know them yet. But they killed it. Them and Mariah. I know that Fessy left, but Mariah did really good. I really liked her. I'm not typically a rookie fan. I'm not a huge fan of Olivia and Horatio, but they have done really good. They've been on so many eliminations and they've killed it every time, so pretty cool. I actually finished my book 2 days ago. Wanted to talk about this. So I liked this book. I have a like in-depth review on Goodreads, but it wasn't like my favorite. I feel like I'm gonna forget it in like the next read that I have. It was just a lot about video games, which I'm not a huge video game player, so I don't know if you have to like be into video games. Half the book was about video games basically, and it was interesting. Like it followed a few people like throughout their lives, but it's weird because there's like so many like big things that happen in this book that I didn't really feel any sort of way, which it's weird because I usually connect with characters, especially if it's a book that kind of goes through their life a little bit more, but I didn't really connect with the characters at all. Like I didn't really care about them, so when something happened I was like, well, whatever. Like I didn't feel what I think the author was trying to entail and get the reader to feel, and it was a little bit political. which I wasn't a huge fan of, because there's a way to do and talk about social stuff, but when you bring that out and only talk about that topic without like using it in the storyline, it just felt very preachy, and it wasn't. Anyway, but I think that's one of the reasons probably why this book was so popular. But I don't know, it was a 3 out of 5. First book of the year, 3 out of 5. I'm still reading Atomic Habits. Honestly, also not a fan of that book. I feel like I'm gonna rate it a 1 or 2 because it's a very like average Joe book. It's very repetitive. It just seems very basic. I don't know how to explain it. And I was talking to my aunt about it too, and she said that first before I even said anything. I'm like, okay, it's not just me. Do you guys like Atomic Habits? Like, why are these really popular books not the best? There's like a few popular books that I know I really liked. Like, I know I like Verity. Where the Crawdads Sing is a really good one. Anyway, I have a few errands to run. I have to get some thank you cards out. So we wanted to wait till Bryson got home to give out all of our thank you cards for our baby registry, which we had to do because we didn't have a baby shower because he obviously came early. So I bought these little cute thank you cards on Amazon. They're super cute. I think Xander's gonna sit down and do them with me, but it came with all these thank you cards, some thank you stickers, and then the really cute neutral toned envelopes, which are really nice. So once Xander's done letting Novi out, I think we're gonna go through and just write these out, and I'll go to the post office to send them. These are so cute. Look at the colors. And then it says thank you here at the bottom, and then you can just write your thank you there. Pop it in the envelope and pop a sticker on it. I would like to ship this out. So there's a story with this. When I was in the hospital going through everything that I was going through in the scary pregnancy, I was sent this angel as a gift from a friend of my mom who had breast cancer. Somebody had given her this, and there's a little angel inside. So apparently this little angel, it's like a little guardian angel that stays with you during tough times. When you're done with your season, you pass it along to someone who needs it, and then you tell them to pass it along when they're done with their season. And then the same goes for this strength bracelet. I had it when Bryson was in the NICU. I gave it to Bryson. My cousin Jessica's friend, who I've never met before, just had a baby that was 1 pound, I think 6 ounces, or 1 pound 7 ounces, and he's doing really good in the NICU. I have no idea who she is, but I know how scared that must feel. He's literally a pound, micro preemie. First of all, I would love prayers for this little boy. I'm not gonna say his name, but just say his name starts with a J, so we're gonna go with J. I would love for you all to pray for him, and I'm gonna go ahead and send this over to her and write a nice little letter for her, because her and her boy and her husband probably need this more so now than Bryson. We're gonna pass that along. Got another breakfast for lunch / dinner situation. It is 1 o'clock and we're having breakfast, second breakfast of the day, second double espresso of the day. We have an extremely busy weekend here in Tampa. Not us, but Tampa in general. We have this thing called Gasparilla, which happens every year, and it's like a huge event. And because we live somewhat close to it, we're not leaving this apartment all weekend. I also am gonna sit here, I'm gonna try this peach preserve that I got from Pharmacy's PR packages a while ago. There's like chunks of peach in there. 5:24, we're good. I have a lot of computer work to do today. I did a few errands that are one of those things that you don't want to do and you just keep putting it off, and then you just knock it all out in like a few hours and you feel so much better and you're like, why didn't I do this before? That's what I just did. We had Bryson's pediatric appointment this morning. It all went well, really good. He's on track. I'm so happy and so proud of him. He's getting so big. I also just watched the NICU Q&A that I did. I have an editor now, so she edits my videos, and every time I watch any video that she edits of Bryson, I'm just like, it'll be up by the time this video goes live, so I'll pop it on the screen for you guys if you want to learn more about the NICU or our experience or anything like that. Last night I went on a binger with this website that Michelle Reed mentioned on her Instagram. Anything that Michelle Reed does, you're just like, it's gonna be aesthetic. She found this app called Notion, and like it's in a way to like organize your work, and they have to-do lists and all this stuff, but If you guys remember, I was doing my financial planner, and honestly, it's a lot to like write, and that's part of the reason though why I got it, is because I want to track my expenses this year, but actually have to input them, because when I was doing it through Mint, it was just a transactional basis and I would just go through and it already kind of categorized it for me, so I didn't really know exactly what I was spending. But now every time that I write something in, it's like, okay, I'm spending a lot here. Like, you can actually physically, tangibly see what you're spending, but the writing down and stuff is just, it's a lot. But I found a template on Notion that tracks all of your finances that I'm gonna start utilizing. I did a family budget and I just spent hours yesterday going through that. So that's gonna be the new way I track finances. I'm gonna do a February plan with me where I'll talk a little bit more about it. I'm gonna, like I said, do some work here while Bry's sleeping, do his typical feeds and changes throughout the day, and then I'm probably gonna cook tonight because we haven't cooked this week. Chelsea Trevor put on her Instagram this really easy salmon. It looks like a poke bowl, but like with cooked salmon, and it looked really good, but it also looked really easy. It's something that I feel like I could do, and I have salmon already in the fridge. Think we can do it? I think we can.
You hear Fiona?